Members of the community met in Vienna to hold a protest over President Donald Trump's plan to privatize the United States Postal Service. Postal workers and supporters rallied along Grand Central Avenue in Vienna to protest President Trump's interest in privatizing the United States Postal Service and to integrate it into the Department of Commerce. Joey Harris, the president of Branch 481 of the National Association of Letter Carriers, says privatizing the Postal Service puts their jobs at risk.
To keep the Postal Service public is to keep a service that belongs to the people. You know, every one of us are proud of Postal employees. We work hard every day. We want to continue to work hard for the American people.
For more information about the protest, you can visit our website at WTAP.com.